Churchill. 1st October 1938. Forgive me, young man, what did you say your name was?
Burgess. Guy Burgess.
Mr. Budgies, you are a remarkably perceptive man. In my opinion, your talents are wasted at the BBC. You should apply them elsewhere. And if ever I am in a position to assist you with an introduction to the Foreign Office or one of the intelligence services, perhaps be sure to let me know. I hope to hear more of you.
May we both live long enough.
Goodbye, young man. Goodbye. And thank you. What an odd fellow you are, Mr. Budgies. Necessary, but odd. Bugger the wall. Connect me with the editor of the Daily Mail, will you? I don't care if his line is busy, interrupt. Urgent? Yes, of course it's urgent. This is Winston Churchill.
"15 years after this meeting at Chartwell, Churchill had come to be regarded as the greatest man this country had ever produced, and Guy Burgess one of its greatest traitors, when it was revealed he was a Soviet spy, and had been since his days at Cambridge University.
It's fab. Well done. How are you feeling?
Good.
Ready for a drink? Yeah. Fantastic. Wonderful. Brilliant. And can I just say, in our determination to be as live as possible, I don't know how many people realise this is live grass that we've got down here. And can we have a round of applause for our live music that we had this evening? Well, we got through all 6 of our plays. How are you feeling, boys? Are you all right? In just a moment, we'll be seeing if we get a sigh of relief from Michael Dobbs, the author. We'll see you in a minute. seen the very last of our 6 exclusive live plays, and this time it was the turn of best-selling author Michael Dobbs with his play Turning Point. How are you feeling, Michael?
It's very difficult. I'm a man of words. It's very difficult to describe. You know, there's this wonderful warm feeling inside. It's beyond happiness. They were brilliant.
They were extraordinary.
I think Benedict and Matthew was just absolutely brilliant, and seeing it all come to life.
I mean, it was interesting because we tried to get some footage of Guy Burgess and we couldn't find any of him speaking, and so that one is a bit tricky. But the Churchill, he seemed to inhabit him, Matthew. It was very extraordinary.
It's really difficult, isn't it, to be able to portray somebody that we all think that we know. But that's half the challenge, is actually to make people see something different, something extra in a man that we all take for granted, perhaps.
Now, extraordinary that it's come back into the news, the Cambridge Spies, because you think, oh, it's such a long time ago. I mean, this play's hard to imagine, but set 71 years ago, and yet we've just had stuff in the news recently, haven't we?
Treachery is always something that I think fascinates people. I mean, what makes a traitor? I mean, as we've tried to see, treachery is not black and white. It has all sorts of aspects to it. And I'm sure that Guy Burgess, in his early days, thought that he was as much as a patriot as anybody else. And yet, even today, we have that same dilemma, don't we? You know, we are here for our country, but does that mean simply swallowing what we are fed by our government or those in authority blindly? The answer to that is no, and that's the same dilemma that he had, except in incredibly difficult times.
Now, you're a bit Winston-obsessed, aren't you, Danny?
Me?
Yes.
Me?
I mean, one or two things you've written about the man.
Yes.
What is it about him? And he remains endlessly fascinating. I mean, it's such wonderful bon mots and extraordinary attitude to life.
I mean, he was a man who was larger than life, and you know, the more I study him, the more I see in him. We do take these characters of history, as being as if they weren't men, women of flesh and blood like the rest of us, but they were. They got up in the morning, they had their family problems. Churchill had his problems with his father. Don't we all have problems with our parents in one way, shape or form? And that was part of the makeup of the man. And unless we understand that, and unless we understand what made him tick, we can't understand his politics. And also, we can't understand how great he was, because he was a man who had all sorts of difficulties to deal with in his private life. And yet, he went out there and put them to one side or dealt with them, and then dealt with those big issues that we all know him for.
Now, your very first play, is it presumably, I hope, not going to be your very last play?
I've had huge fun. I'm looking for the wrinkle. Where's the problem in this? There's supposed to be